Another day, another game. Welcome everyone, my name is Lamses and this is my grinding guide featuring Tier 7 Commonwealth Cruiser Uganda. As you can see, this is my account, the only one I possess. My name, my belongings and the ship we will be using in today's video. I've got a lot of ships, 252 of them, with some vacant slots as well. But let's focus on Tier 7 because Uganda is Tier 7. So I start grinding this line from Uganda because I've got a lot of free XP. So I just bought Tier 1 to 6 and Tier 7 as well. And I've got this Uganda, and what do you do next? First thing, you go to equipment, and for your free XP you buy modules. You start with range because range is everything in today's meta, and then if you have enough free XP you just buy the better hull. Next thing, flags. Don't bother with flags. At least if you don't have like tons of them, you don't need them to grind. Equipment. You see what I bought. Yes, you should buy this. You can play without it and save some credits, but I don't recommend this. Consumables. Well, you can switch to Hydro. I didn't for first 6 games I played with this ship and it was okay anyway. But if you want Hydro instead of air defense, you can do this. Next, Captain. I've got few captains to choose. I don't know how I get them because I don't remember. I just don't remember. I might get them from containers with premium ships because this vampire or this perf, I just got them from containers probably. But as you can see, I've got already trained captain because I played 6 games with this ship, and this is the one I choose. If you don't have any captains, you just buy the one with level 1. And you just retrain this. He has no levels. You should go to level 10. 183,000. Well, it's a lot, but I can afford with one more captain. Why level 10? Well, I will show you captain I used in my 6 battles. This is the one. These are the points. 10 points captain. So last stand is mandatory on any cruiser, especially light cruisers, because without it you will be hit, you lose your rudder or your engine, and you are dead on the water and easy target and you just die. This thing, I think it's mandatory for beginners because it tells you how many opponents is aiming at you, and it's like, for me, it's the best skill out of tier 2. Tier 3 skill, superintendent. It's only because Uganda has this crawling smoke, so you want as many of the smokes as possible. So superintendent is the first choice of tier 3 skills. And of course concealment. As you can see, concealment with the captain with concealment skill is 10.1. So if I send this to reserve, you've got 11.2. And on low tier games, especially with cruisers and the destroyers, you live and die by your concealment. If you can use your concealment, the lower the number is, the better for you. So that's why I always train my captains to level 10. Okay, captain's done. What next? Economic bonuses. Very important with grinding. Credits, don't bother unless you've got tons of them. I don't, so I don't care. I make money with tier 9 premium ships like Missouri and Musashi. Lately with tier 10 Wisconsin because it earns a good credits. And you shouldn't waste your bonuses on low tier ships because low tier ships don't earn that much, so it's better to use it on higher tier ships. Bonus to ships XP. Well, I'm using this one because I've got tons of them and it's tier 7, so after 6 games I made 46,000, so it's 8,000 a game. Commander XP. If you have a lot, use what you want, but I don't recommend training commanders unless you want to keep this ship with this commander. I'm not doing this. Bonus free XP, I've got tons of it, so I don't really care. The lowest one. Okay, now, few general advices about grinding lines in World of Warships. Let's say you've got no resources, you just begin playing this game, you've got no tier 10s, no premium ships, no captains, no nothing. You are just the beginner. Okay, so you cannot start with tier 7 because you don't have free XP, you don't have flags, you have nothing. You start with tier 2, tier 3, I don't know, maybe even tier 1. That's okay. But if you don't have any other ships, just start few lines at the time. That's my advice to you. Grind 5-6 lines at a time. I don't know how much time to play you've got. If you've got 1 hour a day to play World of Warships, low tier you can play 6, 7, maybe 8 games. So you can grind 6, 7, maybe 8 lines at a time. And that's what I recommend to you, because I've got all other lines in this game, so this new line, Commonwealth Cruisers, it's the only one I can grind. But at the beginning I was grinding Zhao line, Shimikaze line, Gearing line, Des Moines line, Yamato line and Montana line at the same time. I've got 6 tier 2s and I played 1 game each day or 1 victory, because for the first victory of the day you've got 50% bonus ships XP, commander XP and free XP. So I was using that. It's the fastest way to grind. Buy tier 2s and just play 1 game a day. Use your bonus and it will make your grind 50% faster, because every single victory will grant you a bonus. Let's say you are experienced player and you've got some tier 10s, you've got some resources, some free XP, credits or flags, economic bonuses or other things. I recommend to start with tier 5 or 6, because lower tier, it will not grant you any additional skill, it will not earn you any additional credits, it will not give you any additional captain's XP, because after 3, 4, maybe 5 games you will just skip to another ship. So you start with tier 5. If you can grind more than 1 line, just do it. If you have only 1 like me, I just play 1 game with Uganda. If I win, I just play something else. If I lose, I sometimes play the second game, and if I use this bonus, I just play something else. Okay, now the third situation is you are a beginner, but you've got tons of money, tons of doubloons, and you can exchange them to free XP, captain's XP or whatever. Should you buy just tier 10 straight away? I will say no. don't do it. If you got a lot of this, I'm experienced player. I start with tier 7 because you need to play some games with lower tier to get the feeling of the ship. I can buy easily tier 10 and just play tier 10. But then first 10-20 games I need to learn how to play the ship, how the shell velocity is, how tanky it is, how it turns, how it accelerates, how it stops, stuff like this. And on tier 10 I want to have a best stats I can possibly have, so it's better to try the line and characteristics of these ships on lower tier than go straight to tier 10. On the other hand, you can miss on some hidden gems, because sometimes tier 7s, 8s or 9s are great ships and tier 10 is just like average. Okay, few last points about grinding the line. First one, where should I start to use flags and signals? For me, it's tier 8, because some of tier 8 cruisers, they have healing consumable, so I use this flag. And some of the lines on tier 8, they are fast, so I'm using this flag. The only exception is battleships, because on battleships I always use the better healing flag. All battleships have a healing consumable. So this is the only signal mandatory on every ship that has a healing consumable. These are two flags I'm buying and I'm using on most of the ships. The rest of signals reserved for clan battles, but lately I don't play clan battles. And for the best ships I have like super ships or tier 10s I really like. So this is about signals. When do you use and on what ships economic bonuses? Well, it starts on tier 8 as well. On tier 9 you should use the best economic bonuses you have in all regards. Another question, do I sell the ship after I research it, or do I? For me, it's simple. If the ship is good and I like to play it, I just keep it. 252 ships, Uganda, I will keep this one. Don't forget to sell all modules. When you upgrade the module, the first version goes to armory and you just can sell it. Last thing I would say, it transitioned from lower tier to higher tier. So I will give you example how I do it. Research 63,700. Yes. Buy without slot, without commander. I never buy commander because you can do it later. Without slot I never buy it because I got some free slots. So yes, purchase. You start with, this is mandatory, so you keep your free XP to buy modules. Start with this one. Yes. This one. Yes. Doesn't really matter, it's just tier 8. Traverse speed, you don't care. Aiming system, for me it's best in slots. Here there are few schools of what to take. On BBs I'm usually taking steering gears because I want to turn as fast as possible. On cruisers and destroyers I usually take the propulsion, especially on cruisers, because when you speed juking, this is very good module. So on the cruisers, this one is the one I recommend. And mandatory concealment, always concealment. You can change this thing. You see you've got repair party, so this flag is mandatory. And go to captains. How I do it? I'm leaving Uganda, I'm not selling this one. It's okay ship, only 6 battles, but it's not bad. I've got some free slots, so I can afford to keep this one. I will use one of these 2 captains, so I will use this one just to show you how I do it. Yeah, it's train, it's only level 6, so you go to level 10. Yes. You go last stand, priority target, superintendent, because you've got the scrolling smoke, and heal, and concealment. This is what you do. And now, economic bonuses. This is tier 8, so I want this to be as short as possible, but it's not tier 9, so I'm not using the only one I've got, the red bonus. So I'm using blue. Credits, I don't care. Like I told you, I'm making credits using tier 9 premium ships, Musashi and Missouri, and tier 10 Wisconsin. So I don't care about credits. Commander, I might use this commander and keep this ship, so I will use this thing, the blue one. And free XP, I really don't care. Look at this one, is the biggest number I have, so I can use this one. So now this ship is ready to grind. Now we can go back to Uganda and to the game. Oof, that took longer than I expected. 16 minutes, and it's after a lot of cutting. Believe it or not, it was 29 minutes before I cut this to pieces. I was trying to make this guide as comprehensive as possible and as clear as possible, but it's not that easy, and I hope I did a good job for the first time. Okay, Uganda. I only played 6 games in this ship, so my opinion about it can change in the future, but for now, the strong things I noticed about this ship are: first, crawling smoke. It's very nice, has some drawbacks, but we will talk about this later, but for now, it's a strong point of the ship. Guns, decent reload, 6.6 seconds with my build, so it's good. If I remember correct, the Clevelands and other light cruisers on this tier have around 8 seconds of reload, so it's not bad. Only 9 guns, but it's okay. Another strong thing is this submarine detection thingy, a new consumable. Well, it's nice, only 7 kilometers, but it's definitely something that other ships don't have, so it's a strong point. And the last thing I noticed, it's somewhat okay AA defense. As you can see, I shot down 4 planes already, and that's it about good things about this ship. Now, what about weaknesses? As every single light cruiser on tier 7, it's very squishy, and you can feel it. You're missing the healing consumable, repair party, so every damage you receive, it will stick to you and you die relatively fast. Another bad thing about this ship is cooldown on this crawling smoke. It's your only defensive tool because you are so squishy, so you want to hide and stay invisible, but when your crawling smoke is on cooldown, it's like 2 minutes or even more, so very long time you have no defense. Another bad thing is AP. It's only 6 games, but I think AP is completely useless on these ships. No penetration and very low damage. So you've got it. You use it on light cruisers tier 6, or even one time I use it on light cruiser tier 5. From 4 kilometers I have like 1 citadel and that's it. So I think that the problem is the lack of penetration. Overall, I would say it's a decent ship. I would give it 6.5 out of 10 points as a light cruiser. It's okay. You can use it, and this crawling smoke is really nice. Let you do some damage while you are invisible, so it's nice relaxing playstyle. So what's not to like?
Smoke screen set.
Now, smoke is on cooldown, it's 2.5 minutes as you can see, so very long time that you need to be very careful in the game.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target. Acknowledged.
Another thing I want to say about this ship, it's turning very well and the turret traverse is slow. So you will see now I'm struggling to keep up my guns on the target when I'm turning. And it will happen again in the future when I meet the Bliskavica. And I couldn't shoot for like 3 or 5 seconds because my turrets were just turning too slow compared to my ship turning.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert. Ship is on fire. Enemy submarine sunk.
As you can see, even on low tier when I'm grinding some tier 7 Uganda, CV is fixating on me and coming after me over and over again. I don't know why, probably he has my stats or something, but it's very annoying. I'm rather used to attention from CVs, but when I look at it in the replay, I'm just pissed. This is the reason why I don't like CVs. First, they are overpowered, and then, because my stats or whatever reason, they are just coming after my ship, whatever I play, whatever tier, whatever ship, they just coming after me. I've noticed this Bliskavica trying to take our cup, and I advise you to do the same. Don't push around this island on this map because it's pointless. It's better to wait for enemy to make mistake or come to you, and because I'm grinding, the more XP I will get from decapping and defending than going after some running battleships, because my damage output is very slow. DPM is not great, so it's better to defend and do damage on destroyers than even 2 or 3 times more on battleships. I will admit, I was thinking that it's Bliskavica spotting me from the smoke, because I didn't notice Bliskavica just died, and that's why my play is looking so weird. You will see soon.
I need intelligence data.
Not an expert on tier 7 ships because I played them very rarely, and I thought that 25 mil of penetration will be enough to pen battleship's bow, but it's not the case in this situation because everything shatters.
Enemy battleship foundered.
As always, near the end of the game, I would like to thank all of my subscribers. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate all of you. To all other viewers that are still watching, please consider liking and commenting down below. And of course, every new subscriber makes my day, so if you can, please subscribe.
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes astern. Torpedoes astern.
Enemy submarine spotted.
Ship is on fire. Torpedoes dead ahead.
Our victory is in sight.
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to starboard. Problem solved, sir. Torpedoes to starboard. The ship is on fire.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
If you watched the guide part of the video, please let me know in comments below if it's worth of my time, because I wasted like 3 or 4 hours doing this 16 minutes part, and I wasted 16 minutes of your life. So let me know if it's worth it and if I should continue this kind of videos or just focus on battles and commentary.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Thanks for watching, and of course, see you in the next one.